all know there's a rise in conservative values going up in this country, and how Trump spent millions on anti-trans ads. But it doesn't stop there. There's outside sources and laws going into effect that specifically affect trans people, like the House passing a bill where trans women, well, not even women, trans girls can't play in sports, and how there's a pedo law going saying that my child can be checked if they're trans as young as 4.
What the hell?
That means taking them into the bathroom and checking their genitals.
Huh?
So some pedophilic teacher can spot my kid out and think that they're cute and check them in the bathroom because they think they're trans. Honestly, I think we should be more scared of cis people than trans women in the bathroom. Because, you know, we make up just 1% of the population. It's just revolting to say all of this. But enough with my rants and grievances. Let's get into the anti-trans ads that Daddy Trump was so willing to give us. And let's try to debunk some misinformation. Now, let's start with the first one. Nonsense.
This is the Jim Heath Channel playlist of 2024 campaign ads.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's
Now, we're going to do something that a lot of people don't do.
Plug.
Google it.
Plug.
true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump.
Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you. But let's look up what we just saw. I think I found the original context. Give me a second. The general claim stems from her Democratic presidential primary run that supports gender-affirming care and access, including federal indemnities. I can't say it right, but the campaign was just talking about how she was letting trans folk have access to their care, their health care, while still in prison. Do you know if you get bottom surgery and top surgery and you get off of testosterone or estrogen, you will die? There's no ifs, buts, or ands about it. This is healthcare.
Man, right there. What the dog doing?
Now, let's look at another one.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Something we already debunked.
Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money.
Kamala even supports letting...
Hello? Allows transgender athletes to compete in girls' sports. Yeah, they usually have to combine to a certain amount of estrogen they have to be on. And they have to be below a certain amount of testosterone. They get checked for that. They're, okay, you know.
Biological men compete against our girls in their sports. Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this.
And that amazing line again. Kamala is for they, them. Trump is for you. Yeah. For being 1% of the population, they are so worried. Like, what the hell are we gonna do? All it is trying to make you fear actual people that have lives and do not give a flying fig Newton about you. Let's watch the next ad called Unbelievable.
This is the Jim Heath Channel playlist of 2024 campaign ads.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
We're gonna look that up, but I'm pretty sure if you have Medicaid or Medicare,
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is.
she already, like I said she was able to let trans people who were already transitioned to have access to their health care. No one is paying for that.
Is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Why are they so worried? I have no clue why they're so worried. Let's look up that. Gotta be kidding me. They just connected her with access to healthcare. Why are y'all so scared of us having healthcare?
Huh?
Girl. Anyways, let's look at the one commercial that my friend sent me. It's not a Trump commercial, it's a CBN News commercial, and my family used to watch CBN News all the time. I mean, it's good for Christians, but it's not good for politics.
A family can be made up in many different ways.
It's called SOGI, for Sexual Orientation and Gender Identification, a curriculum that teaches public school students across Canada to celebrate the homosexual lifestyle and that gender is fluid.
Okay, one thing. The homosexual lifestyle isn't real. It's just being gay and living. We don't do anything different in our day. We don't randomly sacrifice to Satan. I promise you that. We are not different. The only thing that's different about us is the way that we love. And even then, the only key difference is gender. Anyway, let's go.
Fluid. In other words, your gender is not dependent on what parts you were born with, but rather what you feel like in the moment.
By the way, transgender people have a diagnosis called gender dysphoria. And gender dysphoria is almost like gender dysmorphia. We see our bodies in a different light, in a different way than other people see it. We want our bodies to match what our gender is and how we want to be perceived. I'm trapped in how you perceived me. So I feel awful about that. It's not a feeling. The only feeling I have is feeling awful. I'm just trapped in the way you perceive me, so I need to make the outside feel like the inside. Why is that the kid look like that?
People that are boys, there's people that are girls. There are people whose gender might be a little bit of both, or might even be
Slay. I'm a little bit of both.
neither.
Lessons include books about transgender children, such as 10,000 Dresses, and songs like The Rainbow Song.
Gender won't decide the choices we make. Some boys like dressing up, some girls like catching snakes.
The SOGI curriculum
Girls like catching snakes? I've never seen a boy who likes catching snakes.
started in British Columbia in 2016 and is quickly spreading throughout Canada.
I just thought, who decided that this was okay to teach our children?
Author and inspirational speaker Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson is a leading voice against the SOGI curriculum.
And we are seeing the results of that now, because some kids are reacting very emotionally and saying, and they're in fear. Will I suddenly struggle with feeling like a different gender inside of my body? No.
You don't suddenly struggle with it. It's a lifelong struggle. It's a lifelong struggle. I didn't fucking decide that I was a boy one day. It took years of understanding who I was. What is so scary about me? I can't beat you up. I mean, we can wrestle a little bit because I used to be a wrestler, but, I can't do nothing to you.
Carrie Simpson of Culture Guard, another leading opponent, calls the curriculum nothing short of child abuse.
All those beautiful qualities.
It is not child abuse to tell your kids that gay people exist.
With this no more. I am not flying. I've already bought the tickets. What? We're flying to Philadelphia. Oh hell no! That's hell no!
Anyways, let's get
Qualities that make young girls, beautiful girls and women, are being basically vilified. The things that make our boys boys are being, taken from them. So things of equating young men to being strong.
No! Our boys! No, not our boys! Our boys! No! Our boys can't have their feelings being held in and let them commit suicide at 40. We're not letting them commit suicide at 40. No! No! We're letting boys actually feel feelings. Anyways.
Strong protectors is something that's now evil.
But Morgan Auger, a transsexual and supporter, claims it's about acceptance, not indoctrination.
The idea.
Exactly. But, you don't have to act or dress a certain way to make people like you. I just want to be left alone in my cool little suit. I just want to be a little guy. What is so bad about that?
The idea is to teach kids that there are gay kids and there are trans kids and there are trans parents and gay parents in our society, and everybody's wanted and desired. After all, that's what our Human Rights Code says, and it's the role of schools to teach the following of our laws, right?
Simpson disagrees, saying she sees SOGI's real goal as
altering our culture from a heteronormative society into one where anything goes, no boundaries, no values, no morals. It's a hedonistic cult, basically what they're implying.
Another blaring example.
What do you mean no morals? Because y'all always talking about how we're always offended. Wouldn't that mean we have so many morals that we're always offended? Yeah, it's just...
Drag queen story time. It's happening in Canada and America, where some public schools and libraries invite drag queens, some dressed like torn demons, to read to young children.
And it's a social deconstructionist agenda. They're using children, little 5-year-olds, to accomplish this. And parents are waking up and saying no.
How a little 5-year-old gonna do the devil's bidding? That's my question. I thought 5-year-olds would be the sacrifice. You know.
Asked about parents' rights, OJ says.
Well, actually, in Canada, parents' rights are limited and children's rights are put ahead. So the child has the right to be protected from the parents when the parents behave badly.
Canada is known as one of the most gay-friendly countries in the world, with many of their largest cities featuring their own gay villages, like here in Vancouver, which has literally rolled out the Rainbow Road.
Most gays, like village resident Dave Davy DiCarlo, support SOGI and limiting parental rights.
The change that we have to see is sometimes the parents. And the kids are doing actually.
I like this. I like his hat because the artist, the reason why the artist used to be, I think it's a gay artist that made art for the AIDS epidemic. Y'all need to look him up.
Actually really okay.
This is very scary stuff.
Longtime Vancouver area pastor Kevin Kavanaugh says this is far more serious than most Canadian Christians realize.
Our problem is not the teachers, the educators, the administrators. This is a battle in the heavenlies.
He says Satan is going after their most vulnerable, the children.
And the little girl came home in tears because the teacher had told her, since she was playing with some toys in the class that were deemed to be masculine in nature, that she was likely a boy in a girl's body. The mother went to the school the very next day, and instead of having any sort of tolerance or support or understanding, she was...
I used to play with Barbies. I made them scissor, but like still.
Plug.
It doesn't matter what you play with. There's no such thing as like a gendered toy or a gendered clothes because they don't have genitals. And even then, that's sex, not gender.
Was actually called names. She was told that she was a homophobe, that she was a bigot.
With that in mind, Tyler Thompson, Simpson, and Pastor Kevin are spreading their message across social media and in town hall meetings. The pro-gay backlash has been fierce.
And the hatred and the anger and the bullying that came against us, even though we said, we love you, we don't take from you the opportunity and the freedom to live as you choose. We love you, but we do not agree with you.
Pastor Kevin believes Canadian Christians are in a 2 Chronicles 20 moment.
The word was this battle is not yours, Jehoshaphat. This battle is the Lord's.
And the church is beginning to prepare for what it takes to fight for our kids.
The battle between an aggressive homosexual agenda and the faith here in Canada.
Aggressive. Oh my God. Why are you acting like we're coming to take your children away for the homosexual wars? It's almost like it's being more accepted and you're freaking out about change.
Let's go gambling! Gambling, gambling! Is that all you ever say? That's all I hear!
I promise you, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just like to suck dick. I promise. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just have different genitals than you. Like, what is so wrong about trans people that you have to be so up in arms to make $1 million ads and constant backlash about them? What have we done that made you think that we're the devil? Anyways, that's what I have for today. And if you like these types of videos, like and subscribe and comment down below. And if you made it to the end, thank you. Hi, this is one of my second videos, and I'm trying to do my best. Anyways, I love you. Bye.